Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of BMW E90. Despite the undeniable quality of the BMW 3 E90, there are some problems from time to time, more often on models from the first years of production. After their restyling, the situation is better. Major failures have become rare. A maintained BMW 3 E90 does not cause any major problems. Maintenance, repair and spare parts are not cheap. The less complicated and simpler versions of the engine 4 cylinders are less expensive to maintain. BMW recommends Castrol engine oil, but it is possible to use any quality brand oil that meets the manufacturer's standards. Engine oil is classically controlled on a scale, or in the case of a 6-cylinder petrol and 8-cylinder engine, with an electronic oil level sensor that displays all the information on the control panel. All motors use the chain as a motor drive, thus eliminating periodic gear belt replacement. The injectors are durable, but they significantly shorten the lifespan of poor fuel quality when the injectors get dirty engine malfunctions. VANOS system. Activation of the safety mode of the BMW 3 engine may occur while driving because the screws that hold the VANOS crankshaft timing control system are loosened, and under certain circumstances bosses can brake. This can lead to VANOS releasing oil, and it adversely affects the opening time adjustment. If the finder deviates from the target data, the safety mode of the engine will be activated. This will be marked by a noticeable drop in engine power. The screws that hold the VANOS system need to be replaced. Problems that prevailed in the previous generation of cars also affect the E90 series engine cooling system problems, radiator, thermostats, water pump and coolant leaks. Indirectly inject gasoline engines are among the most reliable, sometimes causing problems with bobbins, uneven engine operation. It is very rare for an excessive loss of engine oil, which is mainly caused by crankcase problems. Problems with bobbins and injectors for 453-cylinder and N6 2007-cylinder petrol engines. N43/N53 engines, periodic engine failure under load, poor engine performance, engine failure indicator light illuminates, possibly defective injectors. Test injectors and replace if necessary. BMW 320i cylinder liner problems that cause excessive oil consumption. Frequent crankshaft sensor failures, primarily on 2.0 gasoline engines. BMW 325i recall due to fuel injectors that can cause poor engine performance and lack of power. Oil consumption. For 325i and 330i petrol engines may increase engine oil consumption, but it is not dangerous for the engine, 1 liter for 5,000 kilometers. In America, the withdrawal of some BMW models made in 2007 to 2010 equipped with twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder engines with a high-pressure direct injection system. Affected vehicles may experience a high fuel pressure pump failure. Symptoms include a long start of the engine along with the ignition of the service engine lamp. In certain cases, the driver may experience reduced engine performance in safe engine mode and an engine failure light on. The action involves replacing the high fuel pressure pump and/or updating the software. 335i. The engine has a heavy start, also has exceptional performance and a heavy old one. The fault may be a faulty injector or bad software, but most have problems with a high pressure pump. After the first sign of problems, do not continue to drive the car, as increasing pressure can stop the turbine from turning, causing the turbine bearing to overheat and cancel. The blockage DPF filters causes the engine oil level in the crankcase to rise, as the fuel dilutes the engine oil and therefore increases the level. Problems expressed in short haul cars where engine regeneration fails and then goes into safe mode and requires surface regeneration. Injectors. As with the previous generation, possible problems with diesel engines injectors after 80,000 kilometers. It significantly shortens the life of the injector due to poor fuel quality, the symptoms being malfunctioning of the engine. Frequent failures of the flywheel on diesel models 318D, 320D, much less 325D and 330D. You need to replace the flywheel too early because of the noise. Occasional problems with the 320D plastic wing in the intake manifold. BMW 320 turbo diesel 163 HP turbocharger failure. After 100,000 kilometers, the turbine breaks down, breaking the shaft. Drive chain failure often on 1.0 and 47 diesel engines subject to extended oil change mode. The problem occurs after about 5 years and about 90 kilometers. The chain noise first occurs and later the chain skips, or in the worst case, the chain breaks. BMW 320, 177 HP and 183 HP. Piezoelectric injectors are very sensitive to fuel quality. BMW 320, 177 HP. Control chain firing possible, usually when trying to start the engine. BMW 325D 145 kW and BMW 330D 170 kW and 180 kW. Problems arise with the vane wings located on the intake manifold. Can break into the intake manifold and continue into the engine and cause engine damage. BMW 330D cancellation DPF filter after 80 kilometers. BMW 330 high mileage injector problems may occur. A 3.0D engine bursting the exhaust pipe can use mechanical damage to the turbocharger. Problems with the 335i automatic transmission computer causing annoying vibration and noise. BMW 335i DCT may have a small oil leak on the transmission. A small inexpensive part, but a big expensive job of replacing a part. The manual changes. If there is a stiffness of insertion, especially in the first gear, it may be due to worn-out synchrony. The tire pressure monitoring system does not always work when the run-flat tire is punctured. Check the power steering fluid regularly. Fluid leaks can occur on the steering wheel bar unnoticed at the ends of the clamps. Loud and unpleasant driving on run-flat tires. The ESP warning light may indicate a fault in the boost pressure sensor G201. Built into TVS MK60 ABS system and requires replacement of the ABS control unit. It seems to occur mostly around 3 to 5 years old cars. The parking brake should be checked from time to time. It is also based on very advanced electronics. Electronics problems cannot be completely avoided. There is rarely damage to electronic devices. Most problems can be eliminated at the programming level. If the car has Bluetooth and the owner synchronizes his his/her mobile phone with the car. If the car is not locked, all electrical devices are switched off. The car will try to search for the phone and discharge the battery. GPS. Some cars have had problems with the GPS system due to errors in it. In the worst case, replacement is necessary. At the beginning of production of the BMW 3, there could be problems in the operation of xenon lights, radio, climate. The solution was to reprogram. Complained about a problem with the boot lock mechanism on the BMW 3 E90. Locks. Many cases of blocked locks that had to be replaced often get stuck in the open position. A common problem with the original towing hook built-in. Air conditioning. Humming from the engine compartment with the air conditioning on, vibrations on the power steering between 900–1100 rpm. With air conditioning on, poor air conditioning operation or malfunction, improperly charged refrigerator fill the air conditioning system with the correct amount of coolant. If you hear creaks beneath the control panel when turning the steering wheel, it is usually sufficient to change your attitude or lubricate the spray with silicone oil. Intense wear of the plastic interior trim on the door and steering wheel.